Hello, my name is Duncan and welcome to one of my hot takes. This hot take is about the term overmature when it's applied to trees. So let's go. First, I must briefly explain how the term overmature is used in England in relation to trees and where it comes from. Well, this is an old forestry term and has a specific and directly applicable meaning. When a crop of trees is becoming overmature, decay is starting to occur in the butt and the stems of these trees, such that the timber value of these trees will have diminished. Better, in forestry terms, to have cut these plantation trees down and harvested them at their highest value before they became overmature, and so there wouldn't be much decay present in the timber. Hopefully, that brief explanation is enough to understand why this is an important and functional word in forestry. But the key issue for this hot take is that the term overmature has been transposed across from forestry to use as a description of amenity trees too. One can find this term in many arboricultural documents, including veteran tree guides and in more formal documents such as British Standard 5837/2012, the leading document about reporting and helping to select trees for retention during developments near to trees. It's sad that this has happened and things need to change. Why did I say that it was sad that this term is being applied to amenity trees? Well, most mature amenity trees are of high value for their environmental and social benefits, and when they start to decay and decline, their ecological value increases. Yes, their timber value is going down, but that's only one value out of many for those trees, and for amenity trees, their timber value is most often irrelevant. But what is a client going to think when you, the arboriculturist, say to them that tree 4 or T4 on their plot of land is overmature? Well, they're going to think that you're saying that this tree is too old and should be removed. Now, to be fair, in some cases that might be true. The tree may have major basal decay and may be of substantial risk if put near to people or property, and may have very little hope of good longevity. But often, with or without some tree work, a mature tree can continue through to veteran status successfully, carrying along with it some decay. It's both terrible and ironic that we've put a too old category between the categories of mature and veteran in terms of trees, as this places a massive bar against many trees reaching veteran status. So, in my opinion, using the term overmature in the context of amenity trees on a development site is using a biased word, a word that's likely to condemn trees even though the arboriculturist is only following the schema of BS 5837/2012, i.e. just following the rules, if you like. Okay, so what have we learnt? In forestry, the term overmature makes sense. It can stay. It is a measure of a plantation's age and physical condition in relation to its timber value. However, this term should never have been carried across to amenity trees, in my opinion. Indeed, I'm very passionate that this is a major error. Why? Because what you communicate about a tree as an arboriculturist or urban forester is taken at face value by those receiving that message. A report that declares that a large tree is overmature, written for a developer, is only going to make retaining such a valuable tree much more difficult. Certainly, the use of this term is resulting in the killing of many trees. Ironically, many trees of particularly high value that have a high potential to become veteran trees. Such a facepalm moment. At the time of creating this hot take, British Standard 5837 is under review, and I hope this element of tree age categorization can be changed. What should we change it to, you might ask? Well, in my opinion, to something much more neutral. A lot of people use late mature, for example, or we could just call it an old tree. Or even better, we could give a tree's estimated age, which is very neutral. There's a massive difference to what we think about a tree if we say, this tree is over 200 years old. Think about how you feel about that. Or if we say about the same tree, this tree is over mature. The first is neutral, the second is terribly biased. So the biased and irrelevant term overmature needs to go in terms of it being used to describe amenity trees. Thank you for listening to my hot take. Talk again soon.